My name is Sharon Brown. I've trained in the last 5 years to be an upholsterer, and I've set up a partnership with my friend and now work colleague, Cathy. We offer a service where we source frames for people and then upholster them in their chosen fabrics. We do existing pieces of furniture that they provide that they've had for many years generally, or they have sentimental value. And we do brand new pieces, which just tends to be the modern stuff that we then sell at craft fairs.
We always felt we would end up running a business together. As a result of our friendship. Sharon and I have been friends for over 20 years, but I think it took us a while to work out what that business would be.
It's always slightly daunting to stick your neck out and set up your own business, but we're fortunate in the sense that there are two of us.
I'm still slightly surprised by the nature of the business that we're now in, because that came really out of the blue. It wasn't something I'd ever anticipated or even considered.
Oh, if you'd said to me when I was 5 years old, oh, you're going to be an upholsterer, even if you'd said to me when I was 25 years old, you're going to be an upholsterer, I would have said, well, no, not really. I can't see how I'm going to get there, or I can't see how that's going to work out.
I think when I was younger, when I was at school, I had an aspiration to be a hairdresser.
I was always going to be a PE teacher, but I think that's only because you don't actually understand how many different jobs are out there. I saw an advert for allocators, as they were called then, at Topshop, which got me into the Topshop buying head office, effectively, which is where I met Cathy. Then I had my first child. There was an awful lot of travel involved, and it's quite a difficult job to do with young children, so at that time I left.
I have to say, when I worked at Topshop, it was a very high-pressure environment. I felt very under pressure, very stressed, very anxious, and never really enjoyed it. I returned to a passion of mine, which I had as a child, which was riding. And I went back to working in a livery yard. Unfortunately, one day a couple of years ago, I was out riding and a motorcycle came into the woods, frightened the horse that I was riding, and he reared and fell on me. And he shattered my hip and my pelvis. And I wasn't able to ride again. So that whole sort of, career that I'd kind of carved out for myself was stopped overnight. As a result of that, obviously, things were quite difficult. I was very despondent about life. It's back to square one, back to the drawing board. What can I do? And saw the article about Wendy Shorter Interiors, about the upholstery courses and the soft furnishing courses, and spoke to Sharon about it.
I think I was on the phone within about 20 minutes, and I was on the course within 2 hours later. I think the high point was when we did our first show, and you get there and you think, well, is anyone going to buy this? What are people's reactions going to be? And we did the show, and it was 2 days, and it was fantastic. We sold loads, and we got loads of work subsequently after it. And we've never really looked back from that. But I think that first putting yourself up in front of the general public was quite a daunting experience.
I think a high point for me, I think it has been my children, when people have said to them, oh, what does your mum do? And they've been able to say, my mum's an upholsterer. And I think for a long time my children were like, oh, my mum just stays at home, oh, my mum's a housewife, my mum's a mum. And I think they're really quite proud, and I think it actually sets a very good role model for them in the future, that yes, you can have a career, you may well have a break and have children, but at some point it's actually very good to go back and do something for you. If I could do anything at all from this point in my life, I would actually like to carry on developing the business. I'd really love to see our name out there on the high street, to see Stuffed Interiors.
You don't have to do the same job for all your life. You can change, as we've done. That wasn't as good second time, was it? Anyway.
Well, I wish you wouldn't say that at the end.
Sorry. Can't help it. Sure, Angelina Jolie goes, cut it, doesn't she? And says, oh, that wasn't good, and walks off. See? Didn't they have to?
No, we're not quite there, though.
No.